Today is December 17th, and I released a video today, but I will put this video on the 19th, I think, and that's my grandmother's birthday. She has her son at the Galactic Center. No wonder she was the way she was. So anyway, I wanted to do more astrology, talking about the galaxy and everything, but in our localized arena, there's a unique thing happening with the solar system. I hear it's rare for this to go on, that the Sun, Mars, and Venus will be conjuncting the Sun, going cazimi. See, Mars and Venus are going to conjunct at 18 degrees Capricorn. I'm sorry, it's 18 degrees Capricorn, but that happens on uh, here on the Friday, 9th or 10th. See, what's really weird. Hi, Ditto. Oh, there's Ditto. What's really strange is that the Sun is going to be conjuncting Mars and Venus at 18. And here's what's really trippy for me is that it opposes my Saturn at 17 degrees. It's 1 degree off, so I'm directly involved, and so I'll be feeling it. But it's right on my midheaven. See, we can find out what house this conjunction cazimi, uh, Venus Mars at 18 degrees happens in your chart. You just have to know exactly what time of day you're born. And I know some people have been wondering, well, how do I get a reading from you, or something like that. Um, money, money makes me talk, and then, but not always. See, not really. You can't. I'm just being honest with you that you can't depend that money is going to fix everything, right? How many times have we tried to throw money at something or some organization, especially nowadays, and and if, are we ever satisfied with it? See, I don't know about you, but anything you can do, I can do better. And if I'm paying somebody to come in here and like install something or something, a lot of times, right? A lot of times, it's not just lickety split, like fit the puzzle piece in and it goes plumb, right? It's kind of can of wormish, but that's the way life is, right? And that's one way to become better satisfied rather than more disappointed, is to just, first of all, accept that it's not ever going to be perfect. I don't know why the fuck I'm talking about this, but I guess it's a good kind of precursor for the Capricorn planets that we'll be experiencing that do come together. Yeah, because, those earth signs, they are hard workers. The Capricorn is a teacher of sorts of torture, okay? And it's Saturn ruled, so don't be fooled there. That their planet is ruled by Satan. Satan. Just put the R down. Sorry, I'm a Aries, Libra. See, Aries, Libra, and Cancer will be affected by this conjunction just about all degrees, because of how that it's right in the middle at 18 degrees. I mean, it's with the sun there, the sun rays and its whole halo that will stretch across the entire Capricornian darn zodiac is going to have this Mars and Venus little pill in there, I guess you could say. And Mars and Venus, that's Aries and Taurus, the male and female. Yeah, and so they're there, like getting together, going to do something highly constructive. See, it's under the Saturn rulership, and Saturn asks for discipline in order to get something done, period. I mean, if you really want something done, let alone done well, but see, we're talking about the human field of things, the world itself. I mean, it would be nice if people did have discipline of some sort, and then the structures that come up out of it that would celebrate that discipline. See, now as a spiritual person, I'm talking about the inner sanctum, which, of course, that's where we are with it being still December 17th. See, I'm talking about the 9th of January, when we start opening up into, well, it's still the 11th month, and then February is the 12th month. And when the sun gets into Pisces, that's the resetting of the entire zodiacal phase and or year. Really, that coincides with the Chinese New Year. They're kind of on it, and they literally go by the moon phases, which there's something about that we need to consider. And I can easily shove in a 13th sign or a 13th month because there's room for it. I mean, it's a vast array of truths and truth, and what it points at really is just this information field that we are in. That scientifically, if you yourself had your eyes working, ears on, heart beating, yeah, your own little personal experiment, really. You have a profound responsibility. In fact, it's your freedom to just look around in outer space. And in case the kids were watching, what are you going to do? Gaslight the scene? Well, a lot of people do, under the mask of I am an adult and also more important than you, and you just don't know yet, or something like that. And I'm all for the kids when it comes to creating an actual human civilization. I mean, they are our only hope, and try not to muddle them down. I mean, it's like record breaking how that the satanic cult gets to, hi, how are you? Gets to the little buggers there. By the age 3, they're doomed. I mean, they need that much, 3 years of that much more of a undoing of the grief and violation that has happened to them just by being in the presence of people who think that they know better than what meditation will bring up. But what I mean is, yeah, just knowing better than maybe perhaps their own kid. I mean, you should be savvy enough, right? Anyway, what I mean is to just protect them, be behind them and watch them and make sure they're not sticking a darn fork inside of the plug socket. But anyway, there's precautions. Anyway, God, welcome to the Sagittarius planets, and I have it being aspect that for sure you see the Aries people. We have Saturn moving into that sign pretty soon here in February. It's going to be re-entering, and so is Neptune. And it's just a continuum of whatever we were being put through in the past here. We can talk about the dates, perhaps the last 6 months. So, but now it's kind of a refreshing and a refined version with Neptune there. It's much more interesting than just any old Saturn return, really. And especially since, see, it's like this certain kind of spring that's going to happen right before spring. But we are in chrysalis time now as far as the Saturn and Pisces and the Neptune and Pisces. You heard me talk about it before. And it's just that phase, that zodiacal phase. It doesn't matter what year it is. If we have these Piscean planets, especially Neptune, resetting the entire zodiac, you will feel it. See, there's kind of just a floating in the soup of dream time. That's what Pisces wants us to do. Just to sleep underneath the snow and keep hibernating in meditation, dreaming up the possibility for you, whatever that may be. I mean, it could be already in motion, of course, with the Saturn and Neptune thing. So, hey, I hope this is loud enough. I didn't check the sound, and they're definitely making me, spruce that up every single time. It's like I have to keep resetting it, and I will do it right in front of your face if you don't mind. Let me just find it, and thank God for editing, right? I will definitely show you the difference, though, if indeed I need to. From here, it looks like I might need to, but I'll check it. Nope, it's looking like it's good, so I should just project my voice. And it's just not solid right now. You can try to scream into the waters of creation, and be careful of that, though. See, that's really where we are. If you're Aries, you're watching your words. Well, I happen to come up with I didn't come up with it, babes. It found me, and it's the truth. It's like, well, this is so weird because, yeah, I'll keep refining it, but who's going to catch on? I have to, and I will. If I can calm my nerves enough, I will be able to channel for you what it is I'm still getting information about the English alphabet. Here we go, minute 10, 11. Now I'm going to talk about that. See, I want to put it inside of your perceptions that perhaps that it's an already there equation. It is set if you take into consideration the prefixes and the suffixes, you get it, right? The suffixes. And how that there's the word thee and that and there and everywhere and here and is and right? Those are a standard. So, and the way that they appear is leading to the passageway through to outer space. It's kind of funny that it kind of sounds like that when I talk about that, and of course that's what it is. See, this is good for narcissists, by the way, because they kind of live in the lips, and they're unaware that all you can do is a pastime there, especially if it's from your individual minds. You're pulling from memory, and you're just stuck looping in memory with these people. Otherwise, they don't feel secure as a mind. And it's like the Aries here is here to tell you that we know about that, right? But we have our nervous system. We can't get in our heads like that. No, that's the mistake that people are making about the Aries side of the organism, who is confident in who they are, and they talk a lot. They, that's the first thing they'll use in order to start establishing some vibrational frequency, whether or not to enforce it or misalign from it using hostility and anger. I mean, they're really good at just piping up and saying, fuck you and fuck no. And try me, bitch, because that's wrong. They know it's wrong because Aries is doing just a here now, like, um, whether or not does it feel good, does it make sense, or doesn't it? And rules the pioneer. The Aries part of the chart is having to go through this refining time. It's about the entire whole of humanity awakening to the I am and its own position here with that Neptune going into Aries. I hope that you got the message while it was home in Neptune that it was trying to show us the very nature of reality, the I am. And see, it does point at the factor of, is there a God or not? And it's like this. I like what Einstein just recently said that I was able to post it on my Facebook, I think. Yeah, I'll try to say what he said is something to the effect of, God isn't a human scenario, it's just a harmonic. You either get it when you connect the dots there, I guess, and it's the truth, and you make the design, or you don't do it, and you don't get it. So anyway, let me just see that's why and how that it could be a difficult subject matter, because it's something that maybe you should learn, or think that maybe there is something to learn there beyond you. And anyway, otherwise you just stay nauseous with some shit that's going on out there that it's like, okay, but how do you interest the kids in something that's that off? And why are the gaslighting, right? All you can be impressed with is how much somebody is gaslighting the poor little things, or the truth. And how does that fly for you guys? You know what I mean? Gosh, I'm trying to find this thing that I did put on there, and here it is. It says, do not be afraid of God, and do not listen to the bearded men who speak in his name without his, has a capital H right there. It means that it's not really human. See, capitalizing, when they capitalize at something there, in Sanskrit, at the very least, you know that they're saying like but not. It's called a metaphor, a metaphor. Okay, so do not be afraid of God, and do not listen to the bearded men who speak in his name without any power of attorney to do so. God dwells in each and every one of us. That's why might hang a jury over whether or not somebody had the right insurance to get their hangnail taken care of or something. And boy, you can hang it up for fucking 12 years because somebody isn't reality oriented. Somebody works for Satan there, probably, you know. Yeah, you can imagine how, I mean, I don't see, unless they're musicians playing on a stage, how do you get 12 people to agree on the same thing for any amount of time? Comment section down below. Because those are mental cases that they're most likely, and who goes to fucking jury duty but people that are swept up in the matrix and they really don't know that, well, what they're about to decide against that person is outright stone cold wrong, and it's going against the law of physics. And congratulations, because you do find refuge in crowds in high numbers that aren't celebrating the truth but are just doing strength in numbers. That's all. See, strength in numbers rather than being strong from having found that God and or the truth. Let me continue what it says here. Do not be afraid of that God, capital G, but I think it should be all changed around, you know me. And do not listen to the bearded men who speak in his name without any power of attorney to do so. God dwells in each and every one of us. Totally other paragraph. When Einstein lectured at universities in the United States, the question students most often asked him was, do you believe in God? He always answered, I believe in Spinoza's God, who reveals himself, capital H, in the orderly harmony of all that exists, but not in a God who concerns himself with the fates and actions of human beings. Baruch Spinoza was a Jewish Dutch philosopher regarded as one of the greatest rationalists in the philosophy of the 7th century. According to Spinoza, the entire purpose of the true religion is moral conduct that leads to human flourishing. What matters above all is the perfection of character. A free person endowed with virtuous characters lives only according to the commands of reason, and the virtues bear their own reward. The natural result of striving for knowledge and understanding is inner well-being, happiness, and genuine peace of mind. Now, if you ask me, that's the woman's side of life itself. It's not a philosophy and it's not the mind. See, the mind doesn't have feeling, but your body does, and you have to get into your body, and then that becomes like, that's the law of attraction. That's the woman's side. She's built that way. Yeah, to do the feel good thing and say, oh, if you're doing it wrong, stop, because you can feel it. It doesn't feel good. Stop entering the dark and chilly temples you have built yourselves and claiming that there are, capital M, my house. My house is in the mountains, in the forest, in the rivers, in the lakes, on the shores of the sea. There I live, and there I express my love for you. Stop blaming me for your miserable life. I never told you that there was anything wrong with you, or that you are a sinner, or that your sexuality is something bad. Sex is a gift I gave you through which you can express your love, your ecstasy, and your joy. So do not blame me for anything you have been taught to believe. Stop reading those so-called holy scriptures that have nothing to do with me, capital M. If you cannot read me, in capital N, in the sunrise, in the landscape, in the look of your friends, in the eyes of your children, you will not find me in any book, capital M for me. If you cannot read me in the sunrise, the landscape, the look of your friends, in the eyes of your children, you will not find me in any book. Stop asking me, tell me what to do. Stop being so afraid of me. I do not judge you and I do not criticize you. I am not angry and you do not trouble me. I am pure love. Stop asking for forgiveness. There is nothing to forgive. If I created you and filled you with desires, limitations, pleasures, emotions, needs, contradictions, and free will, then how could I blame you for something that I myself placed within you? How could I punish you for being exactly as you are when I am the one who made you? That sounds like a fucking woman right there, but on the higher ups, right? Maybe there's a woman dragon that has a bunch of other dragons. Love your neighbor as yourself and do not do to them what you would not want them to do to you. As I'll ask is that you pay attention to your life, that your awareness and your senses be your guide. My beloved, this life is not a test, not a step along the way, not a rehearsal, and not a preface to paradise. This life is the only thing that is. here and now, and it is all you need. I created you completely free. There are no rewards and no punishments, no sins and no commands. No one holds a marker and no one keeps score. You are entirely free to create your life, heaven or hell. I cannot tell you whether there is anything after this life, but I can give you a hint. Live as if there is not. Live as if there is your one chance to enjoy, to love, to exist. Therefore, if there is nothing afterwards, at least you will have enjoyed the opportunity I gave you. And if there is something, be sure that I will not ask whether you behaved rightly or wrongly. I will ask you, did you love it? Did you enjoy it? What delighted you most? What did you learn? Stop believing in me. To believe is to assume, to guess, to imagine. I do not want you to believe in me. I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to feel me within you when you kiss the one you love, when you hold your little children, when you stroke your dog, and when you bathe in the sea. Stop praising me. What kind of egomaniac God do you think I am? To be honest, it is boring to be praised all the time. I am tired of hearing it. You feel grateful? Show it by taking care of yourself, of your health, of your relationships, of the world. Express your joy. That is the way to praise me. So stop making things complicated and stop repeating like a parrot what you were taught. Why do you need more miracles, more explanations? The only thing that is absolutely certain is that you are here and you are alive and that this world is full of wonders. Well on his way to being a woman. You know, I think some men achieve becoming human. Really, that's what it is. Double human.